Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I'm not sure if you saw my earlier video on Scarlet Witch Classic, the OG Scarlet Witch, and why this forum post was inevitable. But turns out this was not the first forum post on the issue. It was just a post that brought all the different perspectives of the community together. Now, my previous video on this was simply stating that people were going to come onto the forums and already had come on the forums and said, oh, this is too powerful. Kabam, please nerf it. And I've just seen this over the years, right? People, sometimes they don't believe me. They're like, who would do this? Well, people do it every day. And it's up to you to think if you would be one of those people. Some people say, heck yeah, that's me. So Pupcack here, sorry if I butchered your name, Pupcack. I never met a Pupcack. Ironically, he's got a Quicksilver profile pic, which the whole synergy that's new with Scarlet Witch centers largely on Quicksilver. So he's got a profile pic of the champion he's asking to control. Hi, please, Kabam, look at new synergy Quicksilver for Scarlet Witch Original. Damage of Scarlet Witch is really broken. A 4-star doing 160,000 special 2 like nothing. Thanks. So, my first response is, this is amazing. I want a 4-star to do 160,000 damage. Because maybe I can clear content. Y'all, true story. I 100% explored Act 4. Largely because people downloaded patch 12.0 first and warned me in my line chat. My lines at the time I was in, they said, look, if you need to explore some stuff, Scarlet Witch is unusable compared to what she was before. Do not download the patch until you have cleared all content. So I spent like all the units I had on energy refills largely and just went for it. And that was one of the smartest moves I ever made because I would never have been able to do that after patch 12.0. Now, y'all, Scarlet Witch wasn't just broken damage-wise. She also got basically infinite regeneration and infinite stun lock on pre-patch 12.0. Not anymore. So for those of you saying this is pre-patch 12.0 Scarlet Witch, maybe in terms of damage, but not in terms of her other utility that they nerfed. Not to the ground, but at least to like the second floor near the ground. So you'll see 6-8 says, yeah, already seen videos on a 5-star dropping 1.2 million damage, so this will definitely get nerfed. And then ETM34 is the first person to comment, why are you complaining about a pro player synergy? So, this is why we can't have nice things. Because people, like, I'm a triplet, right? I used to switch desks with my identical twin because we had several classes together, similar schedule in high school. And inevitably, there would always be that kid, like 10 minutes in a class that says, teacher, that's not really Dylan and Shane. They switched seats. They're trying to trick you. And we look at them like, really? You ruined our fun. And I look at posts and sometimes it's easy to think, really? You ruined our fun. You took away that revive we were able to spawn or spam in certain content. You took away the ability to open crystals and guarantee yourself at least a 3-star when it was premiums. I've just seen this over and over and over again. So max cap of 3 prowess is the suggestion from, I was going to say Ares, but I think it's Erez2239. Abraxas Belth as pro player, meaning you bought a new champion with money. Shots fired. So this was the second thing that I knew people were going to talk about. Because, of course, if you're free to play and you feel like you can't guarantee yourself a 5-star Quicksilver because you literally can't. You can't access even the Black ISO store because that's $10 a month. Then that might make you feel like if you're not getting to spend money, then screw people who are spending $50 a pop for synergy. Of course, it's not just a synergy. It's also Quicksilver himself and maybe most importantly a hope for the 6-star and the Prestige Wars. Bitter Steel. And it's well known that new champions can literally only ever be obtained for money. They're never ever released to the rest of the game and therefore cannot be pro player. Again, shots fired in this forum. Rain King TW? Pro as in it's a positive. For or positive. It's Damien says, because believe it or not, the actual pro player thing to do would be to say, hey, we're going to adjust this as it's stronger than intended before the general release of Quicksilver. Yes, the ones who paid for him might get angry, but that's less than the amount of backlash they'd receive if they leave it until his featured crystal or he enters the basic. So then change it. When something is ridiculously broken, it doesn't benefit anyone, least of all the game integrity itself. I couldn't disagree more. It's Damien. Call me a troll or a shrill or a loser or whatever people usually call me. It benefits people who need to clear content. It benefits people who want to save revives, who want to maybe finish the Eternity of Pain. It benefits those people. So when you say when something is ridiculously broken, it doesn't benefit anyone. No, it doesn't benefit anyone at Kabam, but it certainly benefits players who are struggling to clear content. What makes this really unique, too, is OG Scarlet Witch. I mean, I know she's only been around as a 5-star for a decent amount of time, but she's been around the game for a very long time. So it's not like Quicksilver is giving this synergy to, say, as an example, even America Chavez, or maybe somebody new like Gore. No, it's not like that. It's taking a champion that was the best champion in the game damage-wise, and then was middle ground for the most part, and then now has been restored to, well, being restored at least for a little bit. Even again, this synergy was strong, shouldn't even matter, as we all knew how strong it will be for he. So simple. There are so many typos, gamer. I just can't handle your post. Yoda Bolt 21. Yeah, I'm usually against nerfing stuff after it comes out, but the synergy needs an adjustment. Max out the props at 3 or lower the potency to 25% or something. Now, everybody so far in this post has commented like it was just a fact that she's broken. But we had some pushback on that, you know? Check out this. Well, first Grounded Wisdom says, if a champion is broken, although I have no details on the situation, then it's never a pro player situation. That is straight up lying. Grounded Wisdom. No. If a champion is broken, and that brokenness allows the player to save revives and units, like, am I going crazy? Like, no. It's never a pro player situation. No, it's always a pro player situation if it's an attacker. Now, if that's a defender, an alliance war, I can see that pushback. But if you're never going to face this scenario on offense, then it's less of a threat for you. Grounded Wisdom is giving, as Kabam Mike's burner account, the Kabam official stance, as always. Levy Dark. It is not broken since it works as its synergy says. Now, if it is modified, it would be broken because it would not work as it says. It is working according to the description of its synergy, and it was released that way. It was because it should have been tested. There are synergies with similar damage, but with a little more development, like Hela's, who also got a little nerf, well, a decent nerf, not just a little nerf when she came out. Geome says, this is quite RNG dependent. Tester, and you'll realize that you won't always get that crazy damage. Video in Realm of Legends means nothing. Colin Whitworth says, just tested this with my 565 Max 6 Scarlet Witch in Realm of Legends. It's fun, but not broken. And because she is only a 5-star, her damage is not that massive. This synergy makes her unusable in advanced story content, but it does not break anything. This synergy makes her usable, not unusable, in advanced story content. So eventually you see that Command Mike chimes in and says, all right, going to shut this down. We are already aware of this before this post, so please don't target any harassment towards one player. When we make balanced decisions, we do so with data in mind and the areas in which this is feasible. Arguing over whether or not something is unbalanced will not affect the decisions that are made. Well, actually, it just supports. If it's unbalanced for Kabam, like Nick Fury was broken for about a year. There were so many people that would send me videos and screenshots of Nick Fury just going into the real Nick Fury at the beginning of the fight and losing all of that extra health in his first phase, as I like to think of it, before he went down to 0% and then kicked back to 100%. And people would say, well, that's actually a plus because Nick Fury just got the best bleed damage faster. Well, no, because you're losing 80% of your health. So I don't want this to be a 10-minute video. We're getting close, so I need to wrap this up. But y'all, there are some straight up lies, especially from Grounded Wisdom in this. If something is broken, because Kabam did say Scarlet Witch was broken before patch 12.0. Saved me so many revives, made the content so much fun, and in the end, that's what I cared about. Big yellow numbers. If you think that's dumb, sue me.